Yo, what's poppin', my people? It's your boy Crooks the Great, aka CTG, and I'm back at you guys. Bro, get up. Yo, what's going on, my people? It's your big homie Crooks the Great, aka CTG, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a breakdown of the UFC 299 co-main event, and we're going to be talking about how Dustin Poirier was able to get the job done against Benoit Saint-Denis. Now, just to start off with, if you missed UFC 299, you missed a banger of a card. I mean, from start to finish, this card was an absolutely crazy card. It really, really was, man. And the co-main event was crazy. It was crazy. It had a lot of wild moments in it. It was very back and forth. But at the end of the day, Dustin Poirier was able to pull it out. Now, we're going to go over some of the things that I noticed in how Dustin was able to pull out the win. And the first one being, he wasn't silly. He jumped the ghillie, ladies and gentlemen. And he didn't just do it once. He did it repeatedly, over and over and over again. Even after his coaches told him to stop jumping the guillotine, he jumped the guillotine. But early in the first round, Benoit was shooting for a takedown. Dustin Poirier threatened with the guillotine, and he would do so repeatedly throughout the fight. But this was a very smart move on his part because it not only made Benoit think about the threat of the takedown, it was able to set up a couple of reversals for him and get him out of some grappling scenarios later on in the fight. So it was an overall brilliant move. I know a lot of us, like myself included, don't like seeing Dustin, jump the ghillie all the time because he tends to give up position a lot of the time and he concedes a takedown if he doesn't get it. But in this aspect, he was able to use it a couple times to his benefit and reverse out of it. And it really gave Benoit something to think about when he was dropping down for his double leg takedowns. So that was something that he used very, very well. It's not something that is not uncommon to see in a Dustin Poirier fight, but he was able to use it very, very well in this fight to kind of nullify some of these grappling and takedowns that Benoit was going for. Now, the second thing that he did was he never let Benoit get his hooks in when he was on the back. Now, let's take it back to the first round. Benoit had Dustin Poirier in something similar to what Charles Oliveira had Dustin in when they fought, right? He was on Dustin Poirier's back, Charles Oliveira was, and he was able to get his hooks in and sink a rear naked choke from Dustin's back while he was standing up, and that's ultimately what cost Dustin that fight. So Dustin learned his lesson from that fight and never let Benoit Saint-Denis get his hooks in on his back. He never let him settle on his back, even though Benoit wanted to do so when they were up against the cage. Dustin did not get complacent with just, hey, you know what, I'm going to let him sit on my back and just fight off the rear naked chokes until his legs get tired. He did a great job of moving. He was able to get one, I believe it was the left hook that Benoit was trying to sink in. He was able to remove that leg, and then eventually he was able to shimmy him off and get him off of his back and get him kind of in a ground position where Dustin was able to do what he wanted to do. So it was a very, very nice thing to see because we saw Dustin Poirier get finished off that same position off Charles Oliveira. If you go back and rewatch the ending sequence of the Dustin Poirier Charles Oliveira fight, that's exactly what it was. Charles was able to get on Dustin's back. Dustin did not try to shimmy him off, whether it was because he was tired or what, but he let him hang on his back for too long, and with Charles Oliveira, he got finished. But this time, he did not let Benoit Saint-Denis get those hooks in and really settle in on his back. So it was great work from Dustin Poirier. Now, the third thing that I did see that Dustin was able to do that really won him this fight is he used that high guard. Dustin does this very, very well, and it gave me shades and remembering back to Michael Chandler, right? Michael Chandler had Dustin in the same situation that Benoit did. They're pressuring him, they're putting him up against the fence, and Dustin Poirier throws up that nice high guard right here that he's able to kind of counter the hooks that are coming in. And he did so very, very well against Benoit Saint-Denis. He did. He was able to negate those power shots because Benoit was throwing a lot of hooks to try to keep Dustin in place and try to stop him from circling off. And Dustin was able to block with that nice high guard. He kept it up. He didn't eat any power shots to the temples of your head, which he knew if Benoit was able to land one, it could potentially put him on skates. And that's how a lot of people get put on skates. He didn't let him do that. He used that nice high guard to avoid the power shots and was able to survive a lot of the blitzes in the very first round against Benoit, as well as, avoiding heavy shots in the second round before he was able to get the finish. Now, the fourth thing and last thing that I did notice that led to Dustin Poirier being able to knock out Benoit Saint-Denis is that lead hook. Now, not a lot of people know this, so I'm going to say this. Dustin is naturally a right-handed person. He's a right-handed fighter. He does everything with his right hand. He's right hand dominant, which is interesting because he's a southpaw fighter, right? Normally, with a conventional southpaw fighter, that left hand is what you have to be worried about because it's their power hand. But Dustin is a right-handed fighter. He does everything with his right hand. He's right hand dominant, I'm sorry. He's not a right hand fighter, but he's right hand dominant, which means that lead hook is going to come out more powerful than against a normal southpaw fighter. And he was able to crack Benoit Saint-Denis with this multiple times. He was throwing that check hook in the very first 2 minutes of the round, in the first round. That's what led to Benoit being able to shoot underneath that hook to get in for his first takedown attempt. And then later on, Dustin just started finding a home for it. He was able to get the timing, get the range, and he landed actually a jab lead hook right before, like maybe 30 seconds before the fight ending left hook that he was able to land. So he was throwing that lead hook, finding the range beautifully. And he also set up a nicely timed straight that stumbled Benoit in the second round before he was able to get the job done. But we all know Dustin throws a very, very nice straight left. But I really wanted to touch on that lead hook because that was what finished the fight. He throws the lead hook a lot against southpaw fighters. He does. He did it against Conor McGregor in their fight. He threw a lot of check hooks, a lot of lead hooks. And he did it so again against Benoit Saint-Denis. And that's a very common thing when you watch Dustin Poirier fight another southpaw fighter. He'll throw a lot of check hooks. And it's kind of an ATT thing too, because Jorge Masvidal does it too in his fights. And that's what led to him getting KO'd by Kamaru Usman too, is because he threw a check hook. But we're not going to get into that. But as you guys can see here, this check hook that Dustin threw was timed so perfectly. He timed it right after Benoit Saint-Denis threw a jab. And that check hook just caught him flush on that chin at what we would say in the UFC 5 community in the max vulnerability, and just damn near put Benoit Saint-Denis to sleep. It's crazy. It was a beautifully timed left hook. And Dustin Poirier throws these a lot, man. He threw it against Michael Chandler too. Same thing. And he was able to get the job done against Benoit Saint-Denis. But those four things are what I feel like won Dustin Poirier that UFC 299 co-main event. Let me know what you guys thought. Did you guys see something different? Do you guys agree with what I said? Did you guys not agree with what I said? Let me know what you guys thought about the fight overall and what the things that I just broke down in the video. And let me know, what did you guys see? Did you guys see something totally different than what I saw? Let me know in the comment section, because I'm going to be responding to every single comment on this video. But that's it for the video, guys. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to slap that subscribe button as well as slap that like button. It'd be much appreciated. If you love MMA content, this is the channel for you. If you love any kind of sports content, then again, this is the channel for you. But until the next time, guys, take it easy. Be safe. Enjoy the rest of your guys' day, afternoon, evening, depending on where you guys are watching this from. And I will see you guys in the next video.